Hello my loves and welcome to my channel. So today we are starting off with 4 piles, and the purpose of this video is to actually focus on the idea of mental health. So this can be about your mental health progression over time. This can be about also how your mental health is going to improve in the future as well. So I have 4 piles in front of me. We have pile number 1, we have pile number 2, we have pile number 3, and we have pile number 4. Alright, I'm actually going to turn my camera down a bit more. Oh, wait a second. I see what's wrong there. Okay, there we go, that's better. Let's scoop these up. Alright, so once again, pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So go ahead and take a second to choose your pile. Alright, so if you chose pile number 1, let's get this started. Alright, pile number 1, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse here. So right off the bat, I'm getting a lot of emotions. Let me actually find a better way to phrase this. So in terms of your mental health, it's been a big, it has a big effect on your emotions especially. I'm feeling things like anxiety, depression, fear of commitment, not being, I feel like almost like ostracized as well. All of these things can add up to quite a bit of things as an adult that are not always pretty. So we have the Nine of Pentacles here. Sorry for the light, by the way, it's just early in the morning. Then we also have the King of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. So, like I was saying, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of fear of commitment here as well. It could also be that you guys, it's almost like you're, I don't want to say it's a mental illness because it's not, but you guys are very sensitive people, especially, and that's why I feel that you guys kind of felt ostracized to begin with, is that you were sensitive more than the people in your family, and they kind of made you feel bad about it, in which case that's not a nice way of doing anything. But family can be seen to be just very misunderstanding, especially since you being different and you being sensitive is, you know, while for you it is your gift, for them, if you don't understand something, you fear it and you treat it illy. So that sucks. I'm sorry, you guys. But you guys are going through a change currently where you are stepping, because the Nine of Pentacles is about feeling good about yourself, about your finances, about your physical reality. And seeing as how it's in reverse, you guys are really stepping out of this energy of feeling less than. You're stepping out of this energy of feeling that you aren't deserving. And you're really starting to realize that you are worthy of a better life regardless of how you are. So I do very much feel that you guys are older now, you guys have your own lives to live now, and you realize just how much baggage you were holding on to from the past. And you're like, you know what, I want a better future for myself. And that's really what's happening here with that King of Cups upright, the Three of Pentacles upright, and the Two of Wands upright. Because the King of Cups upright is, it goes in tandem with the Queen of Cups, as and the King and Queen stand together. But seeing as how the Queen is in reverse and the King is upright, you guys are coming rather from a place of discipline almost. You guys have better control over your emotions, but you also have better control over who you decide to show your emotions to. Because you guys know that you're sensitive, you're especially sensitive to energy as well. I feel like there's a lot of light workers here. A lot of light workers and earth angels, and we just happen to be some of the most sensitive people but it can be used in our advantage. And that's really what you're starting to see with this King of Cups, is that, you're weeding out the people that do not resonate with you, that do not serve you, and instead you're deciding to focus on the people that do. You're giving the energy to those that are deserving of that energy, not those that abuse that energy. And with the Three of Pentacles, this goes back to that, sharing your energy, sharing your emotions with people who are deserving of it. Because the Three of Pentacles is also about teamwork. So you guys are building a support system that works for you. You are with people who understand how you are and love you for who you are, and they don't tear you down for who you are. And that is strong, okay, you guys? That is a very good friendship. Pentacles, once again, is about the physical reality here. So you have a lot of people now who stand with you and not against you, which I applaud you guys for that, because I know it is hard to find people like that, especially when you're not actively looking for them. We also have the Two of Wands here. So you guys are choosing to have a better future for yourself, and I say this because it is upright. You guys are focusing on a better future where you are happy, and the people that have torn you down are not a major part of your life. Now, I understand for some people they want to stick around family. They don't want to leave family, but they do keep them at a distance. And for some people, having their family have no contact in their life whatsoever is good for them too. That is completely up to you, but however that works for you, you guys are taking that initiative because you feel that you're not deserving of being treated horribly. Like, you're not treated, like, it's not nice for someone to tear you down all because you're more sensitive. And I have a very strong feeling that in the past they made you cry so much, but they never really saw most of it. And so for them, they're kind of just like, oh, like, I never hurt you. And in reality, they hurt you to a very large amount. And so however you want to approach that is completely up to you, but you guys are choosing to have a better life where they have less contact with you, where you are more focused on building a family not of blood and a support system that is there for you, okay? So your mental health is getting a lot better now, especially as you get older, and you feel that you have more control over your life. I'm actually going to switch piles. So we have the Ten of Swords upright. So yeah, you guys are moving on, definitely. You guys are ending the cycle. The Eight of Pentacles here as well. Oh, justice. Okay, yeah, you guys are getting justice. It may be now that these people realize what they have done, and especially since you've been pulling away, they've kind of been like, oh, it doesn't affect us, whatever, you can go. But in reality, they're like, okay, yeah, we did mess up. We should, fess up about that, but their ego and their pride is not allowing them to. The Lovers. So for this pile, you guys have definitely found, so the Lovers can be about relationships, but it can also be about interpersonal relationships. So the relationships we form with others. And very strongly, what I feel here for you guys is that you guys have been building relationships that serve you, relationships built on duality and support and respect. And that is just awesome, you guys. We also have the Queen of Swords in reverse here. So this is just something that you guys are currently working on. So the Ten of Swords is about you guys ending a cycle, because the 10 is the end. That is when you have finished. So you guys are really ending this cycle of psychological pain. You guys are no longer allowing that Nine of Swords energy. You are fully stepping into your power and going onto a new path here, especially with your mental health. You guys chose to better yourselves, because even though not all mental health issues can, they don't all have, pills you can take, you realize through spirituality there is an aspect of peace that you can find through it. Even if it might not heal the mental illness completely, it is about confronting it, acknowledging it, and allowing it to not control your life, but to be a part of your life where you are an active partisan. So it's no longer that you are an inactive party just being controlled. Instead, you are actively taking control of your mental health and choosing to better yourself, which is awesome, you guys. We also have the Eight of Pentacles here. So this is very much about you focusing on the right things in your physical reality. You're not focused on the idea of superficiality. You're not focused on the idea of, having everything that's possible. Rather, you're focusing on your inner peace here with the Eight of Pentacles. You're focusing on your peace. You're focusing on meditation. You're focusing on bettering yourself, not just your mental health, but also your emotional control, your physical health as well. You guys are making the effort to do so because you realize just how important it is. We also have justice here. So the people who have wronged you, as I was saying previously, they're starting to realize now where they were wrong. And justice is not always going to come by, with a swift hand. Sometimes justice comes by with a soft whisper. And that's really what happened here. They realized where they messed up. And by the way, if you haven't done all of this yet and you just know this is coming for you, know that when it does, it's going to be a soft whisper. It's going to be a soft whisper that karma gives them, a soft whisper telling them, hey, you did wrong. And it's going to be on their mind. So they're going to have, that swords energy in their mind going, okay, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, I did this wrong, I did that wrong. But it's for their growth as well. So if they're willing to grow, they can. If they choose not to, then they'll just stay in that energy. But don't feel bad regardless, because you're not in control of how someone grows. Only you can grow yourself, depending on how you choose to grow. So with the Lovers here as well, I feel like that you guys are, for some of you guys, you are seeking a relationship where your sensitivity is acknowledged and respected. For those of you in a relationship now, you guys do feel that you are acknowledged and respected. For some of you guys, you're realizing that the relationship you are in isn't meant for you. You don't feel respected or acknowledged, in which case, it is completely fine to move on. But for a lot of you, you guys are getting into relationships now where you are choosing to be with somebody who acknowledges you and respects you for your sensitivity and sees it as a blessing and not a hindrance. And this also goes back to your support group as well. So with the Queen of Swords, this is what you're currently working on. You're just currently working on the process of being a master of your mind. Mental illness can affect many different aspects of your life, and you realize this, and so you are trying to step onto your throne and really take control of it, trying to really be the master of your mind, but also to be a kind master of your mind. So you guys are using positive affirmations. If you are not, then that will also really help you with this Queen of Swords in reverse energy. But using positive affirmations and prayers and grounding, but a lot of things focusing on the mind, focusing on reprogramming your mind to serve you rather than to hinder you. Okay. We have the High Priestess. So you guys are now more connected with your intuition than you ever have been before. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords. So this is where you guys are headed for sure. The Hanged Man. I'm going to pull one last card. Ooh, it might not fit. Here, there we go. And the Sun. Okay, I'm glad that I made the effort to make that room. So I feel like a lot of you are heading in this direction. For some of you, you're still kind of up here, but you're moving through the process. Wherever you are in this process, know that you are in the right place for you. You do not have to rush through anything. But know that ahead of you, a more positive lifestyle, a better mental health and emotional health is on the way for you, wherever you may be. So, in terms of the High Priestess, you guys are more connected with your intuition than you have ever been. You guys are listening intently. You can kind of feel it in your body. Like, you guys may get tingles, or you may get shivers, or you may even get like echoes in your ear. It's like funny, however, it may happen for you. But you guys are listening intently to your intuition now. You guys are not ignoring it. You're not, pushing it to the side. You guys know what's going on now. You guys know what is to come and what is best for you, especially here in March. I feel like this March has been an awakening for many, many people. So we have the Six of Pentacles here. So you guys are currently in the process of wanting to give more, but at this time, it is best if you give more to yourself. Because when it's in reverse, it's almost as if people are sending it back to her. That's almost how it looks. It looks like someone is sending it back to her. And that's really what needs to happen here, is that you guys need to allow people to love you and support you at this time, rather than you constantly being there supporting them. And that is not selfish. It is about giving and receiving, because you guys have been giving and giving and giving. That's why we have, so much cup energy going on here. Like in the very beginning, we had the Queen of Cups with the King of Cups, two of the strongest cups in the thing here. And we also have Justice, which has cups. And the Lovers, which is symbolic of, that cup energy. So you guys very strongly need to allow people to give back to you, whether it be physically, in the physical realm, in terms of like, it can be that someone owes you money. You owe me money. It can be that, a hug. It can be, someone listening to you for a change. Someone listening to what you have to say. Someone being there for you. That is really what you need to have people do for you at this time, because you're deserving of that. You give so much, and it's time that it has been returned. So we have that Ace of Swords energy right here. So mental clarity is being achieved, especially down the line, because we have that Queen of Swords in reverse. So in time, you guys will reach this Ace of Swords energy where you are clear enough to go on, and you don't have to worry about your mental health as much. Mental health should be a big point into your day-to-day life, but you won't have to constantly fight a battle with your mental health, is what I'm getting from this Ace of Swords upright. That's going to come to an end. It will no longer be a battle for you. Rather, it's going to be something fun, something that you want to engage in. And we have the Hanged Man. So this is about a change in perspective. You're choosing to focus on the brighter points in life. You're choosing to focus on the fruits of your labor. You're choosing to focus on the beauty of life. That is what you're choosing to focus on. You're choosing to focus on things that make you happy, that make you feel good. And that is good, you guys. Like, I know I said good like multiple times, but you guys, that is awesome. Rooster is just calling back there. And then we have the Sun. So this is about happiness. You guys are going to be happy. If you feel that you are not happy yet, it is coming. If you feel that you're almost there, then you are right. It is almost there. You guys, happiness is for you. You guys will have abundance in all aspects of your life. That is what's coming for you. Especially in finances, always remember that you will have more than enough. It is your birthright to have more than enough. It is your birthright. As a light worker and as an earth angel, it is your birthright to have more than enough. Like, I know you guys, especially with mental health, it is very easy to focus on the negative. But they're saying that when you feel that you are slipping, remember that you are worthy of more than enough. And there is no time limit to when these things will come in. But trust that your finances will be taken care of. Trust that your mental health will be taken care of. Trust that your emotional health will be taken care of. Trust that your physical health will be taken care of, because all aspects require you to take that action. And you guys have been taking the action. Just right now, you guys need to focus on the frequency in which you are sending out. Be mindful of what frequency you are focusing on, because that is what will either bring in or kind of stagnate energy. All right, pile number one, that is all that I have for you. I hope that resonated with you. I hope it gave you some insight into a better future for yourself or your mental health. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. So pile number one, if you'd like to do a personal reading, I will have my website linked down below and how you can do that. If you'd like to donate, you can go ahead and do so. It is not expected of you. If you would like, please comment, like, and subscribe. And so pile one, I'm going to leave you there, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hello, if you chose pile number two, this is your pile. So, starting off with pile number two, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. So this talks very much about stagnation that you are currently experiencing. And it's stagnation that has kind of caused you to feel, actually, no, this is definitely past stagnation. This is how you used to feel in life. You used to feel that you didn't have a choice, that you were constantly blindfolded, that all the choices that you wanted to make were made for you. You felt people trying to control your life. You felt people just treated you very like you had no idea what was right for you. So this is actually due to mental illness. So you guys could have, a variety. They're like, you guys could have things like schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, ADHD, ADD, possibly autism, like high spec. Like, you guys just deal with mental illness in a different way from most people. I'm feeling very strong ADD and ADHD, especially. And along with that, especially if it's not, approached properly, it can lead to anxiety and depression, is what I feel for a lot of you here. And because of that, because you just had, general ADD or ADHD, people were like, okay, so you don't know how to, take control for yourself. Which that's not the case at all. It's merely that we have higher senses than most people. By the way, I have ADHD. So we just perceive things different from most people. And a lot of people do not understand that. They're like, okay, well, you're just acting out for attention. If I wanted attention, do you think I would act this way? Hello. But it's just people don't understand us. They don't understand the way that we take in information and the way that we put out information. But a lot of people in your past have kind of made you feel that you had no control over how your life went because they used your mental illness as a way of controlling you. That's why she's currently blindfolded, and she could easily take the blindfold off. It's like she's in the process of doing so, but it's almost like she doesn't realize that she can. And this is really where you guys are at. You're in that energy where, well, you're currently not here. You're currently moving out of this energy, especially if you guys are now adults and you guys can, live the life that you want. But you guys really had a lot of people in the past that used your mental illness as a way of controlling you, and that is not nice at all. Like, that is really, really messed up. I've come to realize, especially with mental illness, it's never always about the person who has it. It's about the people surrounding you. Because a mental illness can only have power if people keep feeding it the wrong energy. And that's really what's been happening here with you guys, is that you've been fed the wrong energy by the wrong people. So we have death. There we go. So you guys are coming to a point where you are stepping out of this energy completely. The Ace of Cups, the King of Swords. You guys have all these cards upright, and the Four of Swords in reverse. So this is energy you guys are stepping out of for sure. And it's been a very, very long road for you guys. So we have death here, and death is symbolic of death and rebirth. And it actually has the Grim Reaper on the card with a trigger warning, with a woman having her insides pretty much exposed. So quite literally, it's symbolic of you shedding your old skin and growing a new one. And that's really what happened here, is that you guys stood up for yourself and you were like, hey, I understand I have a mental illness, but last time I checked, it doesn't control me, but you're trying to. So you guys really stepped away from these people and that energy, and you were like, you know what, my cup is overflowing. I am worthy of so much more than this, and I'm not going to pour out my cup for people who do not deserve it, is really what I'm getting here. You guys have taken the initiative over your life. You have decided to better yourselves, to better your existence, because you're tired of people trying to control you through something that you had no control over. You know, you cannot be like, oh wow, this is the mental illness I want today. Like, you can't do that. And you had no control over it whatsoever, and they tried to control you. That is just not okay. But I'm glad that you guys are moving away from this energy now, especially since it feels like a lot of you guys are actually adults now, and you're choosing to live a life that is best for you. We have the Ace of Cups here, and that is really about your cup is truly overflowing. You have more than enough love to give, but you're going to start giving it to the right people, because you started to realize that it was like you were giving your love to people who were not deserving of it. You were giving your love to people who had no right to have it. And because you gave them that love, because they saw that you loved them, they actually took advantage of you. And you guys are not having that anymore. That's why we have that King of Swords upright. You guys are not allowing anyone to take advantage of you anymore. You are in control of your life. You are disciplined, you are hardworking, and you are on the path to better yourself and your life. And that's really what I'm getting here for you guys. You guys are taking your mental health seriously, and you guys are really doing the work to better yourself at this time, because you're tired of all the people who've tried to trap you. Because we have this Four of Swords in reverse here. So these people have tried to trap you, and instead of letting them trap you, you've actually taken that time while in their presence to really meditate and take time for yourself, to isolate yourself. Because at a point in time, you couldn't escape these people. So you took time to meditate. You took time to focus on yourself and your mental health. So in that case, when you get to this point of death and rebirth, it's something that you did for yourself. And no one else can say that they did it for you. No one can ever say that, because you did it for yourself, okay? We have the Three of Wands upright, the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Wands upright, the Page of Wands. Oh my God, you guys, I shuffled these cards, and we just have constant wands. The Page of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh my God, you guys, I'm gonna pull one last card, even though it's getting kind of full here. I actually want this upright. The Nine of Pentacles upright, you guys. And then we have the World at the bottom. It was actually in reverse. So what I'm feeling here is that for some of you guys, you have not quite yet reached your completion. It could be because of certain like outside circumstances that you cannot control, but for some of you guys have completed your cycle. So what I'm getting very strongly here is that you guys are focusing on a future that you create. A rooster just called when I say that. But you guys are focusing on a future that you create, that works for you, that serves you, that brings you happiness. You guys are going on your own adventure now, and you guys are ready. You are so ready for that. We have the Knight of Wands. So currently you guys are kind of not having enough fun, which is understandable in these circumstances. But what the universe really wants you to know is that fun happens within. You can go, party or drink, and nothing will be as fun as, sitting inside and reading a really good book, or like binge watching a really good show, or like making your favorite food. Like, there's other ways to have fun, and you guys are kind of doing some of them, but they really want to say that if you want to have more fun and feel more happy, then that is on the road for you. Your desires are manifesting around you. It's just that at this time they're not here. They're coming a bit slower than you would have liked. But take that time for yourself. We have the Queen of Wands here. So this is about feeling good about yourself. This is about being in your energy, enjoying your own energy, and enjoying your desires and watching them manifest in front of you. So this is where you guys are headed currently. You guys are headed towards seeing your manifestations being manifested right in front of your eyes. And they're coming, you guys. They are coming. They may not be coming as quickly as you would like, because we have the Page of Wands in reverse here, but they are coming, you guys. Very soon you'll be able to go on the adventure that you desire most. And it is ready, it is here for you. Because we have all these wands here, this is very much about desires. So these are about pure-hearted desires. So let's say, for example, you want more income, that is coming. You want more love, that is coming. You want more support, that is coming. Like, all of your desires. Let's say, for example, you want a new jacket, or you want Taco Bell. Like, even that's coming. It is all coming, you guys. And then we have the Ace of Cups, and this is all about love. So currently, you guys, we have the Ace of Cups upright and the Ace of Cups in reverse. So this is more of a warning in a sense. Be mindful not to tip your cup over for people that do not deserve it. Because you guys have learned not to, but there are some people who are going to try to come back into your life and be like, yeah, you should totally tip your cup over for me. I'm more important. I need this. I need that. Please tip your cup over for me. And don't do it. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve that. You deserve to feel secure within yourself. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles upright here. So it came out in reverse. So this is not something that you're expecting. Like, you're hoping for it, and it is part of your desire. That's why it's in this line. But you are not as focused on it, and it's about your own happiness. It is about being happy, whether you are single, whether you're in a relationship, being happy with yourself. And I don't know why it's not a focus in your desires, but the universe really wants to point this out. Part of this rebirth is about you feeling good about yourself and being happy with who you are. And you are deserving of that happiness, regardless of what anybody may say. It is not selfish to love yourself. Now, it is selfish if, something selfish. But it is not selfish to love yourself or care for yourself by any means. And if anyone tries to tell you that, just tell them to go, suck a pinky. I don't know. That is just wrong. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Six of Cups upright. The Eight of Swords upright. Sorry, you guys. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to try to pull one last card. Let me make the room for it. So we have the Magician at the bottom, by the way. So this is very symbolic of the energies you are currently releasing. So you're releasing the energy of not being worthy of all that you want in your physical reality. That is what you're getting rid of. You realize that the people that have been around you as you grew up have really put into your mind a lack mentality. And you guys are like, hey, yeah, no, I don't need that. But you're acknowledging it and you're trying to work through it. Because we have the Ten of Wands in reverse here, I know that you guys are still working through it, in which case understand that is perfectly fine. Whichever stage you are at in your life, you do not have to be at the perfect stage. There is no perfect stage, there is only growth. And we have this Eight of Swords energy here, where you guys may still be holding on to a lot from the past, and you're kind of wielding it as swords, but the swords are only keeping you binded. They're only keeping you in place and stagnant, which goes back to that Two of Swords energy. That's why at first I was saying that you guys are here. It's not that you guys are there, it's that you guys are almost trying to hold yourself there For some of you guys, not for all of you guys, but for some of you guys, you're trying to hold yourself that energy because you want justice. However, justice comes. So it could be a small whisper, or it could just be you living your best life. And that's really what the universe wants you to do. They want you to change the way you look at the past, because we have the Six of Cups here. And it's actually 2 children in this card with a bunch of butterflies. So it's all about transformation, transforming the way you see your childhood. Don't see it as a sword you can wield to hurt others. Rather, see it as the happy times you had. Even if you didn't have a whole lot of happy times, remember the happy times you did have. Because those happy times are what defined you as the human you are now. The negative, the horrible times, those will all eventually fade away. And if you choose to hold on to the energy, then that's who you'll become. But I can tell from this pile alone, that's not who you wish to become. You want to be happy. But you have to allow yourself to become happy. And a part of this is allowing other people to give to you. Because you guys are so quick to give, so quick to love, so quick to be there for others, so quick to fulfill others' desires before your own. But allow people to do that for you. Allow people to do that for you, pile number 2, because you're deserving of that. And then the last card we have here is the Princess of Cups. So this is all about, standing strong in your love. Making love an adventure rather than a goal. It's not something that you should focus on wholeheartedly and be like, this is the goal, this is what I want, this is what I will succeed to. Rather think, love is an adventure, and how it comes to me, how it comes to me. I should enjoy it, not let it tear me down or let it control me. Rather, I should just enjoy the time that I have. I don't have to think negatively about it at all. And that's really where you guys are headed. It's funny how we have 2 positive cards right beneath each other. Right next to each other. But that Cups energy is all about love. Make love an adventure. If you feel there's not enough love in your life, you can do something about that. Remove the people who are not loving you enough. Make room so people who will love you can come in. Alright, pile number 2, that's all I have for you. I hope that resonated with you. If it did not, go ahead and choose a different pile. But if it did, I am glad that it did. So if you would like to, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you like a personal reading, I will have my website linked down below. If you would like to donate, you can. It is unexpected of you, but it is a very nice thing, and all donations go to me buying new cards for you guys. So that's all I have for you, pile number 2, and have a good rest of your day. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your pile. So pile number 3, right off the bat, we have the Ace of Swords. All right, you guys. That is actually a very good card. Okay. So right off the bat, I feel mental health for you guys has been an uphill battle. But you guys have been moving uphill because it's actually a staircase in her head there. So you guys have really been working on it. You guys from a very, very young age have been aware of it. You have been aware of what affects you, what doesn't, what are your triggers. And that's really what I get from you, pile number 3. You guys are fully aware of where your mental health is. You're fully aware of what affects and what doesn't affect you. So I feel very strong PTSD, anxiety, depression, and possibly DID, dissociative identity disorder as well. So that's PTSD, by the way, if you don't know, is post-traumatic stress disorder, which I actually do have. So you can trust that I'm not just giving you information based off of nothing. But you guys, it has been a very uphill battle for you guys. You guys realized at a very young age that you had PTSD, you had anxiety, you had depression, and you've been working hard on it for a very, very long time. And every now and then it seems like everything's not working out. Sometimes you fear that things are going to hit the fan. And what the universe wants you to know is to calm your mind, because that stuff is not going to happen. So right off the bat, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like with your finances, with your physical reality, but I feel very strongly finances. It's been a almost downhill battle because you guys deal with the idea of lack and loss mentality. This is just because of the fact that you don't look at finances as in terms of an adventure. Rather, you look at it as more of a necessity. Now, while in this day and age, it may be a necessity to, have money to eat. However, what I mean by this is more of, it's like the way you guys look at it, you think it's going to run out. It's going to run out. It's going to run out. And that's really where the universe wants you to change your mentality, because if you think it's going to run out, then it's going to run out. That's really what they want you to focus on here. We have the Six of Wands upright. We have the Nine of Wands upright. We have the Emperor upright. I'll pull one last card here. And then we have the Six of Swords upright. And then we have the Empress on the bottom. So a very beautiful card right after the fact. So with the Six of Wands, you guys have a lot of opportunities in front of you. You have a lot of opportunities to gain income, to fulfill your desires, to really connect more with your physical reality here. But you guys also have a lot of fear going on, a lot of what if. That's that Nine of Wands energy. She is literally being weighed down by negativity in this card. And that's really what you guys are going through. You guys are being weighed down by your own negativity. You are very strong in mind, but once you have one what if, it can tear you down completely. However, for you guys, like I was saying, you are very strong in mind. You did not come here to be like, what's wrong with me? You came here because you realized, hey, I realize this pattern. I need guidance. What can I do? And you guys are already aware of what you need to do. It's more of, I'm just kind of here to tell you that you're right. But you guys realize that mentality that you guys have, and you guys have been working on it because we have the Emperor here. So you guys have been working on that mentality. You've been disciplined. You've kind of been a little bit harsh on yourself as well. And that's where we have that Six of Swords energy. You have to allow yourself to be free. You have to allow yourself, especially with finances and opportunities, you have to allow yourself to see them differently. Don't see them as limited and as they're going to run out and you have to be at this point in alignment to achieve them. Instead of thinking that way, think that you will be in alignment when it is right. So, for example, if you were in alignment to receive income, it will come. However, if you're in alignment with lack and loss, then that will come too. Now, this doesn't mean that, oh wow, look at you, you're in alignment with negative things. No, you're a human. And mind you, this is about mental illness. This is meant to show you your progression in terms of your mental illness. This is meant to show you how your mental illness is going to improve. That is really what this is here for you guys. So you coming here wasn't a mistake. You coming here wasn't to tell you, oh, this is what you're doing wrong. It's just to tell you what you're doing right, okay? You guys are here because you guys realize that something isn't working for you. And you realize that it's part of your mentality that needs to change. And you realize that this mentality is due to mental illness. PTSD literally has you thinking about all the things that could possibly go wrong. All the possible things that could possibly go wrong, what could go wrong right now. Like that's PTSD right there for you. And what the universe wants you to know is that you're aware of this. But they merely just want you to realize that you're aware of this. because sometimes we forget that we're aware. Death and rebirth. So you guys are being reborn at this time. Your mentality is changing for the better at this time. You guys are ending a cycle with the world here. And ending this cycle is a cycle of lack and loss mentality. That's the cycle you guys are ending currently. Then we have the Six of Wands. We have the Devil. And then we have the Page of Cups. Like, things are being turned around here. So I feel like you guys are having things being turned around in your life right now. In which case the universe wants you to know everything is going to work out for your betterment in time. And I said that right as I pull out the sun. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles here as well. So what I'm feeling very strongly here with the death and rebirth is that you guys are having a death of that lack and loss mentality. You guys are ending the cycle of that lack and loss mentality. You guys are no longer going to think about lack and loss. Rather, you're always going to remind yourself that the only way you can achieve something is to be in alignment with it. And to be in alignment, you have to feel worthy of it. Feel worthy enough that it is already there. Feel wealthy enough internally so that it is already there. And that's really what needs to happen here. Because your mental illness is actually affecting your finances, which is something that you have realized and you are acknowledging and you are working on. And I'm here to tell you that very soon, or even now, you guys are ending this cycle. You have died and you are rebirthing, and you guys have come to realize that death and rebirth is not always, a horrible thing. Like, because normally when we have death and rebirth, it's like, you cry, you release a whole bunch. But sometimes a death and rebirth can be like eureka. Like, boom, a light just went off in your head. And that's really what it was for you guys today, was that eureka. And then we have the World there. And like I said, you are completing this cycle of lack and loss mentality. This cycle is done. Once you've completed a cycle, it does not repeat. The only time you repeat a cycle is when you are not done, when you have not learned your lesson. But you guys have learned your lesson. So when you complete this cycle, it is done. You will not experience it again. Because the next time you think with lack and loss, you're going to be like, hey, no, that's not me. That does not resonate with me. And that is growth, you guys. The entire point of ending a cycle is that you catch yourself when you start falling back into that cycle. You're not like, okay, let's just fall back in. Whee! Like, no, that's not how you guys are at all. So we have that Six of Wands. I just started smelling brownies. Oh, Lord. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands here. And this is all about you guys standing in the spotlight, standing firm in your desires, standing firm in who you are. Because you have been trying to manifest a better you, and that better you is here. That better you has been here. It's just that you've been working hard to acknowledge and bring in that better you. And the universe wants you to know now that better you is here. Like, it's here, you guys. The Devil in reverse is symbolic of that negativity that's kind of falling away. It's like it's trying to hold on, and it's trying to, be like, oh no, don't let go of me. Oh God, oh, what would you do if you're not negative? Because another thing with being, with having PTSD is that it's very easy to think very negatively. You've been through a lot, you've been through the ringer, you've been through the worst possible case scenarios for you. So at this point, you're kind of just like, okay, what else? And now you guys are like, you know what? F that what else. Why should I be focusing on that what else when I could be focusing on so many things that could become better? Like, instead of going, what else is going to go wrong? What else is going to happen? Instead, say, what is going to happen for the better for me today? Because there's no such thing as an entirely bad day. There's always a bright part of your day. And you guys are starting to realize that now, where you're like, hey, I've been focusing on the negative for too long. Let's not do that anymore. Very on your game, pile number 3. Which, I would expect from that Ace of Swords energy at the very beginning. And then we have the Page of Cups here. So you guys are going on an adventure, especially in terms of love. You guys are no longer seeing your love life as something that should be very well controlled and maintained. Like, you realize now that the person that you're with is going to be their own person, and you can't control them. You can't control their outcomes, you can't control what they do or how they think. You can only control yourself. And so now you're thinking of your love life as something that should be like enjoyed and loved. Like, it's like you got your head in the clouds. And that's really the energy that the universe wants you to take with love. Your head should be in the clouds. You should think positively about your relationships. You should be positive about your relationships. That is a gift. That is a gift. It is not a burden. It is not something immature people do. Mature people realize that it is just as important to have your head in the clouds as it is to have your feet on the ground. You have to find a balance in between, and that's what you guys are starting to realize. And with the sun here, you guys are choosing to be happier. You are choosing to feel so much better about yourself. You are choosing to feel good about yourself. You are choosing to be happy. You are choosing to dance. You are choosing to have fun. You are choosing to live your best life. All right, pile number 3, that is freaking powerful. Wow. So many people spend their lives terrified of living, and you guys are no longer doing that. With 4 of Cups here, you guys are working on changing where you are seeing things, because you very often will choose the cup that is turned over the cup that holds the prize. And you guys are really working on that. That goes back to that lack and loss mentality. You guys are changing that within you because you want to be better. You want to manifest more into your life. And you guys are manifesting more into your life, pile number 3. It's just that now you guys are being an active partisan in that manifestation because you're choosing to focus on frequencies that resonate with you, that serve you, rather than hinder you. We have the 7 of Pentacles here. So take away that mentality about it's going to be hard work. Of course it's going to be hard work. Manifestation is not something that you can just, be like, I want this and it'll come to me. Manifestation is constant positive thoughts, positive affirmations, and prayers, working on your mentality, on your physical life, and your emotional life as well, and working on yourself to better yourself because you're deserving of that. Like, changing the way you see that. It's not as if, oh, I want this. Instead, say, I'm deserving of this. Because you guys are. You guys are amazing. I love you, pile number 3. I love your energy. Then we have the 2 of Wands. So you guys are on the right path. You guys are making the right choices. You guys are doing all the right things at this time. If you feel that you're at a crossroads, you're not. You're not at a crossroads by any means. Okay, you guys are really on the right path for you. So we have a repeating card here. Oh, we have 4 cards that fell out. Okay, this is a bit too much, but they want me to read them. So we have the World here, and the World is once again being repeated. So this is fixed energy. So with PTSD, you have constant fears. Am I going to repeat this cycle? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? No. It's a fixed energy. And because it's a fixed energy, this means that this energy is not going to shift at any time. You guys have done all the right things that you can at this time. You guys have really worked on your mentality. You guys had your eureka moment, and you're no longer thinking with lack and loss. Like, you guys will no longer ever think with lack and loss, because that is not within your energy anymore. You guys have cleansed yourself of that energy. You have released it. You have released it from your mind, and you're focusing on better things. We have that Prince of Swords or the Knight of Swords energy. So this is also talking about, your mental health is going to get better. While there is PTSD, there is also PTSD growth. It's actually very much linked to spirituality as well, and I myself have experienced it. I used to have such horrible flashbacks that I could not go to sleep, and now I can sleep through the night without having any nightmares or flashbacks. I can live a life where I am present and I can be happy. I don't want to cry. But I am living my best life, truly. I am. And I am living it internally. And my physical life, the life around me, my physical reality is catching up with me. And that's really what you guys need to remember, is that I'm sorry you guys, I got emotional. Your reality is going to catch up with you. Okay? Oh god. I really do not want to cry right now. Sorry, pile number 3. But your reality is going to catch up with you. Okay? It is going to catch up with you. You don't have to run. You could just walk. Because you guys are already there. You guys are already where you need to be. That's why we have the world twice. It's a fixed energy. You're already where you need to be. Now you're just going to let the divine do what they need to do. Everything that you desire is coming to you, but you have to trust and believe the divine are bringing it to you. They also really want you to connect to your spirit guides as well, because they've been trying to give you messages. You guys have taken in one of these messages through here, but there's something else that they want to tell you, and it's something positive. So tune into them as well. And then we have justice. So in terms of, your past trauma, justice has been served. You do not have to worry about it. I don't know what might have happened to you, but understand that justice has been served. And then we have the 9 of Cups, the very last card here. And this is all about living your best life. Like, look at her, living her best life. This is really where you guys are at. You guys are living your best life, okay? All right, pile number 3, that's all I have for you today. If that resonated with you, go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, I will have that in the description down below and how to do that. If you'd like to donate, you can. All donations go to getting new piles for you guys for this what's it called? Sorry, I had a brain fart. For this channel. But once again, I hope it resonated with you, and that is all I have for you today, pile number 3. Okay, bye! Hello, pile number 4. So if you chose pile number 4, or this beautiful pile right here, this is for you. Right off the bat, we have the Ace of Wands, and pile number 3, we actually have the Ace of Swords. So, ace. So this is all about finding peace within yourself. Finding peace within your desires, within your mind, within your body, within your reality. Like, this is a very strong card here. Like, you guys are truly finding peace. You are understanding, like, you guys are master manifestors. Like, I'm getting strong magician vibes here. Oop, daisies. A card flipped over. See? Yeah, see that? The card flipped over. And guess what it is, you guys? The sun. Oh. I'm sorry, I don't have to do that. So the sun is all about happiness. You guys, this pile, it's almost like you were expecting something negative. But this pile is so strong right off the bat, because we have the Ace of Wands, then we have the sun, fire energy here. So I'm getting very strong, like Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, it's only fire signs I know. But you guys have a lot of strong fire sign here. Like, you guys are so powerful. You guys are so radiant. Like, there's just no other way to put it here. Okay, so she wants to be in reverse. Oh, wow, 88. Okay. And then we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse here. So the mental illness that I'm getting for this pile is predominantly depression. It's like you guys have overcome this energy, but that's also the reason why you're kind of expecting something negative, because you were like, have I really gotten better? Have I really, have I really progressed? Have I really grown? And the answer is yes to this. It's just you're the only one who thinks you haven't. But we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So you guys, the energy that you've been fighting with recently, especially when it comes to your mental health, that depression will have you look at all the wrong things. And the Eight of Pentacles is about, it's right before the Nine of Pentacles, which is about being happy and being strong in who you are. And the Eight of Pentacles is right before the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. Eight of Cups is right before the Nine of Cups, which is also about, having such strong, beautiful energy. And we have both the eights, and we have them both in reverse. So you guys have dealt with a lot of starting projects but never finishing them, losing interest in what you love most, walking away from things that do and do not serve you. It's kind of just like you guys used to isolate yourself in your room. You used to think negatively, focus on the negative, focus on what's not working for you, focus on what is going wrong, focus on the fact that, what is life worth living? Like, you guys had such a negative focus, and that's actually, so in terms of your mental health, if you don't feel you are here, that is where you're progressing to. Is you're stepping into this King of Cups energy where you guys are masters of your emotions. So this happiness is not short-lived. It is meant to extend throughout your life, okay? That's what it is meant to do. You are meant to enjoy this happiness for a very, very long time. And with that King of Cups energy, you guys are starting to realize this, or you are about to realize this, is what I feel, is that you realize that depression can only control you if you allow it to. So another thing with the sun, this could also be talking about getting more sunlight as well. That is also very important, especially when it comes to depression. I myself have major depressive disorder. So I have bouts of just being extremely depressed and bouts of being extremely happy. So I have to be, all these cards just flew out, so we're going to go ahead and read them. I have to be very mindful when it comes to my energy, because I know I can slip into that negative energy very easily, and I don't want to. I don't want to slip into energy. Okay, I see what they're doing here. So currently you guys are kind of dealing with this Two of Swords stagnant energy, and it's because you guys feel there's no opportunities currently around you with that Six of Wands in reverse, and you also feel that your fire is kind of fizzling out. So you guys, I forgot the Five of Pentacles. So this is what you guys, it's become, the reason why I forgot it is because it's a comfortable place where you are used to. That is why we have the Six of Wands and the Princess or the Page of Wands in reverse here. All of this fire energy, it's like you guys do not acknowledge your own desires. It's like you guys make yourself feel bad for what you desire, which is very common with depression. But that is not where you guys are meant to be. You guys are very, very strong. You chose the Ace of Wands. That is very strong energy. You guys are stronger than you realize. You guys are deserving of a better life than you realize as well. For some of you guys, you have realized this, but for a majority, you guys haven't. And this is where I'm here to step in and say your mental health is for you to better. No one else can grow for you. You have to grow for yourself. And it's almost like I want to give you tough love here, because it feels like that's really what you need. You got used to being in that Five of Pentacles energy. That's why I just glossed over it. That is not an energy you should be used to. You should be used to that sun energy. That should be your day-to-day. Now, if you're not happy every single day, that is fine. That is completely fine. But you cannot gloss over your comfort zones. And this is where we have that King of Cups. You guys have been working on your emotions. You have been working on yourself. You have been trying to master that. But it's the fact of what you're glossing over. The thing in the back of your mind that's been kind of sitting there. It's like that icky little substance that's like all, like between your fingers. Like it's hiding. But like I was saying, from the very beginning, I felt magician energy, which we have that came out, you guys. It literally fell to the ground. So this energy is already with you. This energy is already with you, along with this Wheel of Fortune energy, which is all about good luck. This energy is already with you, you guys. It is not something that's just dropping out of the sky. It is already with you. It is completely up to you to accept it. And that's where the universe sent you here, so you can accept that energy, accept better for yourself, because it's already there. You think that you're stagnant, but you're really not. And I just pulled out the Ten of Pentacles. They told me to pull out one more card, and they're saying that you feel it should be in reverse, that you're not deserving of that energy. But you guys are deserving of that energy. It's like you guys want to reverse your energy, but you also don't. It's like that comfort zone, that Five of Pentacles. You want things to be bad. You want things to become worse, because that's what you're used to. You're not used to things working out for you. You're not used to being happy. And that's okay. I was depressed from age 6 to about age 22. And it was a very long time to be depressed. It was to the point that I didn't know how to be happy. It wasn't until I was 23 that I fully allowed myself to start changing my mentality for the better. 23. And now that I'm 24, my mentality has completely changed, because I chose that. I chose to better my mentality. And for some of you guys, maybe rolling your eyes right now, but this is something that your spirit guides, my bad. Your spirit guides, your angels want you to know is that you are so much stronger than you realize, and you have to accept it. You have to, because there's no other way. They're not going to let you escape from this one. They're not going to let you ignore it or push it to the side, because that's not what they want for you. We have the Fool upright. We have the Eight of Wands upright. We have the Magician upright. We have the Nine of Swords upright. We have the Knight of Swords upright. We have the Six of Cups upright. This is the last card they want me to pull. So this is about taking risks. The Fool is about taking risks, but it's not about taking risks that are going to harm you. It is about very much taking risks and things that are going to bring you happiness. So if you feel that you're stagnant, what can you take a risk with to change that stagnation? Is it, taking a risk by going outside for 15 minutes? For some people, that's a risk. And if that is for you, that is not a bad thing by any means. But doing something that you don't normally do is taking a risk. Maybe not drinking coffee today. Maybe not drinking soda today. Maybe drinking more water today. Whatever that may be for you, whether it's a small or big risk, take that risk. Talk to a friend you haven't talked to in a while if they resonate with you still. Reaching out to your support group. Whatever is a risk for you today, do it. Now, this doesn't mean, I'm condoning, hard risks that are going to prove horrible for you. No, not at all. Just small risks that you don't normally do in your day-to-day. The Eight of Wands is talking about if you don't feel that a better future is here, it is on its way quicker than you realize. Things are going to change around so much quicker than you realize. And what you guys, the reason why the Five of Pentacles energy is so strong for you is the mere fact that day to day, not every day is going to be a brilliant day. Not every day you're going to experience growth. Not every day, it's going to be a big, glorious day. Some days are going to be slow. They're going to be lethargic. They're going to kind of just freaking crawl by. Some days are going to be like that. But think about how old you are now. How quickly did those years go by? because I know they went by quickly. I remember when I was 15 and now I'm 24. I was not expecting my life to go by so quickly. And now that I'm here, I'm like, I shouldn't be wasting my time. Like, I'm 24 so quickly now, and tomorrow I can be 30. So why waste my life in all of that icky when I can live a better life? So we have the Magician twice here. So this is very fixed energy. You guys are master manifestors. This is not me making this up. This is fixed energy. That is why it has appeared twice. Then we have this Nine of Swords. So this is talking, this is really talking about, you know, you guys going through this energy where at night is when you guys deal with your stuff the most. When you're alone at night, laying in bed, that's when you really allow it to get in. And that's where the universe is saying that's coming to an end. That's why it's upright. Because it's something that you're acknowledging. You're changing that for the better for yourself. With the Nine of Swords here, this is talking about running, because he's actually running towards a motorcycle. And this is also about a message. You're going to have a mental download. But it's almost like he's running away from what he has known, so he can adventure the unknown. And that's really what's happening for you guys. You guys are adventuring the unknown. That is what's happening. That's why it's so different. That's why it seems off. When you're adventuring the unknown, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel right. But it is. It is right for you. That's the magic of it. It is right for you. And then we have the Six of Cups here. And this is all about living a long, healthy life, but also remembering the trail to get there. Because literally the cups are creating a trail from the child to the old man. Remember how you got here. Not the negative, but the positive. Because the first thing that the kid remembers is getting a dog. And as an old man, he still has that dog. That's what should be focused on, the positive aspects of life. What makes you happy? What gives you hope? What gives you belief and trust, especially in the universe? What about your life was worth living? All right, pile number 4? Because you guys are so much stronger than you realize. And I kind of want to cry. Right now, I cried in pile 3. I don't want to cry here. But pile 4, life is so worth living. Coming from someone who was quite literally depressed and suicidal from age 6 to age 22, that says a lot. I used to want to die every single day. And now I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to live. You guys are so much stronger than you realize, and you need to acknowledge that. Life is worth living. So it's about time you lived it. Okay? Alright, pile number 4? Alright, I hope that resonated with you, and if it did not resonate with you, go ahead and choose a different pile, but if it did, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, go ahead and look in the description. I'll have that link down below. I have my own little website you can go to and do a booking for a reading. If you would like to, how was I going with this? If you have to donate, you can. All donations going to get more cards or crystals for this channel. But other than that, pile 4, that is all I have for you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. And know that tomorrow will yield a better day. All right, pile number 4, I love you, and goodbye. Okay, bye.